Hi, this is Expressia with Keyononyeka, the romantic side of things. Today, we're going to be talking about the billionaire Mark Zuckerberg and his obvious romantic side. So I'm going to be sharing 3 tips, 3 lessons that we can learn from his romantic side. So for context, Mark Zuckerberg met his wife, Priscilla Chan, at Harvard University. They were together at Harvard at a party. Incidentally, it was a party thrown for Mark when his friends thought that he was going to be thrown out of school because he had, developed a website, FaceMash, that was fraudulent. So during the time of the party, they were queuing up to go to the bathroom, and then, they collided, and then they had some kind of connection. And Mark said, if we're going to go on a date, we have to do it fast because I think I just have maybe like 3 days left. So that's how they connected, and that's how, they subsequently started dating, much later. So over the years, Mark has always shown his romantic side. I'm going to talk about 3 iconic moves that he has made that, has left the internet buzzing. One of which was when he built a sculpture of his wife. This sculpture cost $50 million. Now, remember, I'm talking about tips. So it doesn't, I'm not going to, expect you to, pay $50 million for a sculpture, but I'm just going to take lessons from the kind of gifts and his kind of romantic gestures, right? So this life-size structure is in their backyard. The thought behind it is that he wanted to depict the Roman history of building sculptures in honor of wives. But a beautiful thing about it is that when his wife travels or his wife is not with him, he sits in the garden, where they usually share intimate moments, and he feels, a bit more connected to her because there's a life-size structure of her right there in the backyard. The tip around this is to do something that looks a bit permanent for your wife, right? You may not have the money to do a sculpture, a life-size sculpture, but you can do something like a plaque that says, award-winning wife, that kind of item stays for a while. That kind of item can stay in your living room, and when she's not around, you can see that. You can do frames, that has a picture, such that when she's not available, you can see her pictures. So think of doing something that has a bit of permanence around it. Framing, like I said, a plaque, something that has some sort of permanence around it. Even a painting, a drawing, right, of your wife. Number 2, the one that is trending. Mark Zuckerberg performed for his wife wearing Benson Boone's Grammy costume. Right, that I think is so thoughtful, is so playful, and is so romantic.
I'm sorry I'm here for someone else. It's good to see your face, and I really hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well.
One thing we can learn from there is that you cannot be too big to be playful around somebody you find significant. It's important to be able to let loose. You are a billionaire. You are the founder of Facebook. Here, you have time to play, to put on a costume, do a show just to impress your wife, as though you're just meeting her. Because most times people just try to impress people when they're just meeting, but this is years, more than 20 years, and you're still going above and beyond. So a tip you can take from this is that you should find ways to do silly things, crazy things, to impress your wife. It is important, or your partner, it is important to not just focus on just buying gifts that are thoughtless. You just, maybe because you have the money, you just, okay, let me get you a car, let me get you this, let me get you that. But it's important to just think of very little, very playful moment where it shows that some level of thought process has gone into this, a level of just stooping down from maybe a certain high horse just to impress, right? So in this context, something you can do is find out the favorite song of your wife and or favorite artist or favorite dancer, and think of mimicking the dancer. Think of a karaoke setting, maybe in your house, where you do not just do the karaoke, you do not just do the song of this artist, but you put on the costume that the artist was known for, or that the costume that the artist was wearing when he was performing this song, maybe on a large scale, or even on their musical videos. Whatever song, whatever costume that this artist was putting on, try to put it on and try to and try to show up. It could be a dancer, it could be a movie character. Let's assume that your wife probably maybe likes some movie figure and she always likes his movies. You can dress up as a movie figure, stand in front of her, do a performance, reciting a line from that movie. That is silly, that is simple, but that would definitely bring smiles on her face, and that is 100% romantic. Let's go to number 3. Mark Zuckerberg is known as a tech bro like through and through. But last year, Mark collaborated with T-Pain to release a song in honor of his wife. It was a song that they were both listening to, or that was playing on the background when they first met. Right. Mark, that's not a singer. He had to get into the studio, put on his singing cap and sing just to impress his wife.
369, damn, you're fine. Hoping you can sock it to me, baby, one more time. Get low, 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 get low.
The song is Get Low by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. An interesting thing about this song is that every year during their date anniversary, they sing this song. Like, they play this song, they sing it, they reconnect back to where they started from. That is, I just think that is some intentionality. So romance romance doesn't just happen by chance. There's a lot of intentionality around it. So what tip I can give you from this is that you should think of something that reenacts memories. Maybe the first time you both met, maybe the first time you both danced, maybe the first time you said I love you, maybe the song that was playing at your wedding. But if you don't have such iconic past history, you could just create one, right? You could just say every Thursday we're going to start doing a ritual. So I think because Mark takes their relationship and that memory back to when they first started dating, now that their wealth and all of that has blown up, they can still remember where they started from, and that is so beautiful. They can still remember the purity, the simplicity of their love at that stage. So I would advise that you sit down, go through the memory lane. What time were you and your partner in some sort of happiness or some sort of simplicity or some sort of romantic feeling, right? Reenact that every year, maybe every anniversary. So it could just be as simple as the first time you kissed, the first time you danced together, your wedding song that you danced together. Try to place a ritual around it so that you have a 360-degree moment where you can connect both history, today, and the future. Right. Okay, so these are my 3 tips. I'm just going to do a recap from the billionaire, hopeless romantic Mark Zuckerberg and all his amazing gestures. So number 1, create something that is physically present for your wife to see and be reminded of your love. You may not do a $50 million life-size sculpture, but you can do an award-winning plaque for the best wife in history. That kind of things. You can do a frame. You can just do something that permanently represents how you feel about her and the fact that you value her presence in your life. Number 2, allow yourself to go above and beyond in being thoughtful yet playful and even silly with something like a karaoke, wearing the costume of her favorite music, artist, maybe one of her favorite, but you're not just doing the karaoke and just singing her favorite, song, but you're wearing the costume, just like Mark did, of the person. Now, you can do an in-house karaoke now. You may not be able to do a stage performance with all of the lighting that Mark did. So you could just do an in-home karaoke. But you could also do, if she has, okay, and in line with that, if she has a favorite line in a movie, a favorite actor in a movie, you could just wear or dress similar to the actor and just recite the line from that movie. Or if it's a dance, you could just do a dance, that she likes. Just do a dance that she likes, right? Right. Or even if it's a pastor, a preacher, or something, you could just do something, in line with that she recognizes that, this is this person you're trying to mimic, right? So number 3, the last one. Number 3, the last one, try to crystallize your memories by reenacting them and bringing up rituals like repeating the first date, going back to the same restaurants that you guys both met. Just like Mark Zuckerberg, the song that maybe connected both of you together, every year on that day you could always sing that song together, right? You may not be able to do a remix with T-Pain, but try to build a ritual that brings a 360-degree moment. This memorial moment crystallizes where you were, where you are, and where you hope to be. So I hope these tips help to bring romance into your relationship, especially with the way you express love to your partner. And speaking of thoughtful gifts, at Expressia we have very, very beautiful thoughtful gifts. We have the Moshi cards. It's a poetry card on a stand, and each words are so soulful, so mushy. So you can find that on our website. We also have acrylic lamps where you can write very beautiful notes for your partner and then plug it in and light it up. That is a good permanent, semi-permanent gift. You could just write it, plug it in, and it's lighted up, and every time your wife walks by, she sees what it is you wrote for her, right? To check out our product, send me a DM or just check us out on Instagram at Expressia with KO. The full name is Expressia with K Ononyeka. Just send me a DM and then we'll take it up from there. And if you want customized ideas on how to express romance to your partner, right, I am going to be giving free tips, limited period of time, for a very limited period of time, right? I'm going to be giving free tips. So just send me a DM and we'll work together to see how you can spice up that relationship romantically. So this is a romance, soft life, romance based channel. Until I see you next time, please don't forget to subscribe so that you always see my videos. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Until next time, the romantic side of things is the best. Bye.